Hey, traders. Welcome to the stream where, I don't know, the topic has been where the index funds are currently. If you care about Fibonacci, supply lines, horizontal line resistances, that's kind of the topic today, the important thing. But, you know, we just kind of start the stream with Bitcoin because people like Bitcoin, man. I get it. So, kind of drawn out in this midterm uptrend we've been in since, you know, we bottomed out June 18th. When we've rallied, we've sold off and supply lines have been created. We have a multitude, and it seems like we're working on another one, right? Another type of supply line here, where earlier today, Bitcoin rallied as high as $23,470 and tested that supply line as resistance before pulling back before the market closed. And you know, Bitcoin did pull back because you could see the correlation between Bitcoin and the stock market when the stock market started selling off a power hour. You know, we're gonna look at that. But that's what you got going on, man. You're in this midterm uptrend for now. You're not, you know, you keep making higher lows. If you pivot, making a higher low than the low from July 26th, there could be more upside. You know, and this 22,568, 22,300 level, you know, we've been talking about it for a while, just the local high, and, you know, from June and July, right? You can see them there. But if you go back to 2020, you can really understand why those levels have been important, because you can't really see it on the daily, certainly not on the weekly, but here it is, right? December 2020, throughout the month, right? It was, you know, really a week or so where, you know, we had the markup, we were at all-time highs, and you know, some selling occurred, and this was it. This was manufactured first time in human history right here. And so when something's manufactured first time, later down the road, it could be years, that level could act as an inflection point, a level where a price reacts or responds, and you're currently above that for now. But also, I think we've gone up to test, you know, the top here, you know, $24,300, right? We've tested that too before pulling back, as you can clearly see. That's what these two highs are, you know. So you're ping-ponging, really, not completely, but you see those two levels from 2020, and that's in between these orange lines here, right? The up and the down, and that's what you got going. So I just thought that would be interesting to look at if you were curious. And that's kind of it for your Bitcoin. I mean, other than that, you're down 1%. Selling pressure came in last night, but bids came in today. And again, you're down a little bit. You know, you're down almost 1%, $200. Price action on this sell-off has been very, very controlled. Very, very. I don't know. It's just not been bad. It hasn't been violent. It's nothing like you're still in this consolidation period. Clearly, you're not in a markdown phase right now. You're still trending upwards. You're still making higher lows. You're technically still making higher highs until you're not. In fact, where's the selling pressure to get you to at least test the demand line? You know, 21,700 and change. You're not even close, man. So at least you got some historical data to back you up at 22.3, 22.5. Okay, that's your Bitcoin. Another supply line being created right now. You get a 60-minute, you can see it even clearer if you want. There it is, right? It's all right. There it is. I mean, like 1 and 2, and then you tested it today, but you're not making a lower low right now. Okay, so that's, it ended up in the end, right? Oh my God, we were talking about triple divergence yesterday. Well, guess what? It turned into quadruple bullish divergence before you rallied to the supply line again, but couldn't break it. But and that's kind of it. So. All right, that's your kind of your Bitcoin update. All right, beautiful channel though. Beautiful supply lines that were created before break, and you got to admire that if you care about charts, man. We go to the daily. I don't know, it's just a bear flag. Yeah, maybe, dude. I mean, God. But you're still above. See, they don't even matter on the daily. You know, this shouldn't even be really that visible on the daily. Nah, or weekly or monthly for that matter. It's kind of nothing burger. And again, you're just streaking with positive momentum. and you haven't seen it since June 24th, and it's August 2nd now. So, all right, I'm telling you, man, like it's harder on the cryptos, but when you look at the index funds, it kind of tells you, like, if that TA is respected in the downtrend, I don't know how Bitcoin holds up here, dude. One thing you did do on the 12-hour, right? You broke below the heart line for sure. That happened on the last 12-hour candle. I mean, you're flirting yesterday. There was no fall through, but then we finally got some of it last night, wee hours of the morning. A bearish engulfing candle confirmed. Today, crazy price action, right? I mean, just can't even imagine who's day trading this, man. Are you doing that like that? Good luck, man. Good luck on that. So you've gone up and you've tested the heart line after breaking it with confirmation now on this 12-hour candle that will close in 47 minutes. So you think if you test it and you fail, could be going lower. And I don't even know how. Like, what is it holding on to? Why would it not go test 22.568 or 22.3, like the 2020 levels on the 4-hour? Right? Why would it not do that? You'd think it would, especially with just staring at this bearish divergence that's really, working on playing out. Yeah, so, okay. That's your Bitcoin. We can look at Ethereum that is down more. Well, it was down more. It was down a lot, and then a bullish engulfing candle in the 12-hour is in development, confirmed in 47 minutes. But still, it could just be one green candle. You could rally to test 1730 again, but you still, and that's the argument, is the bearish argument, is like you're up, you've doubled in value from the bottom. You can't break the 200 moving average. You can't break the inflection point, 1730. But if you did break 1730, we know you'd be going up to 1972 to $2,000. You just haven't yet. And you just recently failed. You're showing buyer exhaustion and all that, right? It's just, but yeah, nice day today. It was down like 3% earlier. All right, look at that. Like, where's the real selling pressure after failing to break resistance? There's just not too much selling pressure going on right now. Here's your 4-hour, getting back above that local high from July 19th and 22nd, 25th. All right, you're back above that, but you could rally and make a lower high. So that's kind of all I got for you, man. I mean, not too much has transpired today in the crypto space. Some of the altcoins are down far greater. I mean, Filecoin's down 7%, Theta's down 7%, could not break out. Hex down 7%, Storage down 6.5%, Alice, ZRX, YFI, ONT, Tezos, EOS, KNC, all down 4+ % on the day. All right. All right, so I guess we can look at total, whatever, dude. Do we even need to do the sound clip today? I don't even think it matters. Just that scam wick low from May 12th, you fell below it, but no follow through, back above it now. So, but you're just pretty much back testing 1.05 trillion, that high from July 20th as resistance. So, not really any kind of candle that sticks out as, oh, it's going to reverse here. Oh yeah, for sure gonna reverse here. No way. Like, you had a red candle, now you have a green candle, and if it closes like this, it's nothing. You could just start selling off and bearishly engulf this and draw down further. The 12-hour implies that would be the case still, right? This isn't changed. This has been the case for days, where it is implied on a 12-hour chart, which is somewhat significant, that the buyers are exhausted and a reversal would be coming. The reversal started, but it's just not really done much, right? It just hasn't accelerated as you would think it would in a bear trend, right? But you're uptrending midterm still. So there you have it. And that's your total market cap. All right. So, I mean, I don't know. Before we get, I just want to go, let's look at this stuff, man. To me, I think it's really important. I think it's more important than crypto today. Stocks, or just at least the index funds, where where we've been. 786, fine. Go to the 886. Well, you're at the 886. On the 4-hour, you're at the 200 moving average. On the 4-hour, you're actually showing bearish divergence now. On the 4-hour, you began to react. Ladies and gentlemen, what we've been waiting for a couple days, few days now, after hitting the 886 and the 200. The 886, a W structure, a deep value perceived area for shorts. Doesn't mean it's going to react, but what we know, right, from investing in ourselves so long is this is the area where it normally does react to some degree. You got a little bit. You got a 4-hour bearish engulfing candle to close the day. And you got to wonder, remember the theory or thought process yesterday was go to back test 4,058 before going higher or not. But you'd think that's the high probability of happening. It's beginning, and you don't have too much further to fall before you fill that gap, and then you back test 4,058. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this is why you would watch the stream today, is because of how critical these areas are for these index funds. But you know what? The S&P 500. Oh man, you want to know real TA Tetris? The Jesus, the Dow Jones Industrial. Oh my God, you can't make this up, chat. You can't. Talking about supply line and 886 confluent with each other, attempted rallies and failures, and then reacting. We are now reacting at the pattern completion zone of a W886. Now it's a Gartley that 786s, but you're not going to deter me from being bearish if it runs to the 886. Okay. Value perceived areas for short when you're technically overbought in a downtrend. What is overbought in a downtrend? Here's the trend. You see it, white lines, everything's confined within it. When you hit the top of that line, the line on top, that means overbought and downtrend. And then oversold will be hitting the bottom. Look what happened. You were oversold, chat, on the Dow Jones in the well-established downtrend. Oversold. So what happens when you're oversold? Some rallies can occur. The rally has been going on since the 16th of June, so 6 weeks or more, and now we're here, and maybe we're going to get some resolution, which would be wonderful. I hate that the price would go down for people, but if you care about what's taught here, it would be wonderful for it to sell off here. It would be beautiful. TA would be respected. Okay. Is this stream on, man? Yikes. God. Yeah, I got a few new patrons since last night. Darren J, Ozcon, I think it's Australia Canadian, 67, Scott T, Mr. Bean, Phil W. Thank y'all for joining the Patreon. Please be sure to sing the Patreon Discord. Really appreciate it. Much love. Second of the month, second best time to join the Patreon. Trade setups, education, access to the premium chat, and my charts, right? But trumping all of that would be supporting what I'm doing every single day live on stream. Not monetizing, not accepting money from any entity to push their product on the stream. You not having to watch advertisements. That's the real reason why you would join the Patreon. Over all of the trade setups, education, any of that, okay? So Dow Jones, absolutely incredible, brilliant. Let's see if we can catch some more follow through, man. Let's get follow through. Don't just pivot and rally, 33,222. Let's start dumping here, for real. Nasdaq was at the hop of its harmonic. Though I don't have it pictured. Do not have it pictured on the daily or something? Guess not. Maybe I have it on Nasdaq 100. Maybe I have it on the futures because of friggin' helicopters, man. God. Yeah, I mean, this is the Nasdaq. Has its harmonic. It's at the hop. I guess just replot it unless it's on the 4-hour or something. There it is. My God. I'm like, where did this thing go? Yeah, so you exceeded the 886 here, just to test seems like possibly the top of the channel. Definitely tested the horizontal line resistance from May of 2021. It goes to December 2020, really. And you have somewhat reacted, but not, it's still pretty strong. I mean, that's not like the Dow Jones. This is, look at that bullish engulfing candle, but After the bullish engulfing candle was confirmed, a confirmed breakout on the 4 hour above 12,944. The next 4 hour, immediately back below it, immediately back below that supply line. So you can't really say true breakout yet. My God, you know, questions you'd ask, you have to ask even more. But yeah, this is it, man. This is a serious level of inflection. You got to wonder. I mean, this is the crescendo of the movie. This is it, man. This is the throne room, Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. All right, this is it. Will we react? Will we react? Russell 2000 also has its own harmonic. I mean, you know, I don't think this is quite acts. This is not like the Dow Jones. It's not as good. Your bearish bat pattern, you sold off, you haramied on the 4 hour, but you engulfed yesterday, or you engulfed on the first candle, then you haramied on the second. So I don't think you can say this is a reaction yet. So close. If it reacts, we sell off from here. But yeah, you broke the supply line on this one. But you haven't made a higher high yet, which is June 7th's high, 1919. And you haven't tested 1926, which is all you got, man. 1926, the big horizontal line resistance. So that's it, man. So you kind of understand where we are, why you know, it's kind of like really important to pay attention to the markets right now because of where we are, not based on my opinion, but based on research that's been done for a very, very long time. Yeah. Okay. Let me just look at gold real quick. Finally, had a sell-off. Couldn't break what? Chad, I'm just saying, right? That low from May 16th. Remember that back test we were talking about? The back test, dude, a low, another low, and then it's now it was support, now it's resistance. That was what market participants needed, man. They needed that. And you were near overbought in the downtrend, right? Remember we talk about top trend line's overbought, bottom trend line is oversold. If you flip the chart though, it's the other way. The bottom trend line is oversold, the top trend line is overbought in an uptrend. So needless to say, a successful bearish back test and a great reaction where just like at this key level at 1680, there were limit buys set up. It seems like there were limit sells set up on gold here. Gotcha. And what else is that level? Well, just show you. You didn't quite get to 1793 though, which 1793, good God, man. Now you could try to say that, well, I think that is the big level, but there are other highs that you can see right here from November 2011. And just like February 2012, they didn't quite hit that 1793. And there was a wick that reacted September 2012. It's never like perfect. So it's a zone kind of. You can see that. I just plotted that for you. And then we can go back and look. And you can see, like the Jesus, you got yourself pretty much a shooting star bearish engulfing candle combination reversal confirmed on the daily. I mean, that if that's not beautiful, I don't know what is, man. That's perfect. Market participants needed to make sure that that levels of resistance again. That's a good candle indicating maybe it is. So down, up, maybe down for a retest eventually of 1680. Beautiful, man. Good to see lots of chatter in the chat. Okay. Cool, dude. Silver also bearish engulfing candle confirmed on the daily. After what could be considered maybe a what is that? Just like an evening star, evening doji star type reversal maybe. You got the bearish engulfing. So, you know, 1982. Fall below that level, you could probably be seeing 1735. You went, look what you back tested. Your local low from May 12th, that was tested perfectly, and there were limit sells, it looks like, set up there. And yeah, let's see how far this takes us. But yeah, you're in a downtrend. Small waves up occur, but the trend that's prevailing, the bigger waves are the ones that are what the trend is, which is down. So okay, I guess we can just switch back to some cryptos, I guess. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Dead stream. Go to BNB that was really flirting, man. Really flirting with the supply line that it broke out of. It's been doing that. It's still above it, which is unbelievably perfect. You know, it's like, this isn't a joke. This is real. These are very real. It's a real supply line. You can't argue. It's there. So many touches. And then it breaks it. And then this is the 4th day a back test has been occurring. You gotta wonder, will this be real? Is this a real back test occurring? Will we catch bids off this and go to 330? Because I think that might be the target if you do, but how can it if Bitcoin starts selling off and goes to test the lows and the index funds start selling off? You know, just interesting. And that's where we still are. What? 4 days have gone by. Nothing's changed on BNB. It's still broken out. It's just doing the same thing. So it's like a rerun. BNB stream. BNB rerun. All right. One of those days. XRP down 1.5%. Nothing's really changed. You broke out. You back tested the breakout. You rallied. You made a higher high than your previous local highs, but nothing compared to your highs from May. And there's not much liquidity in these markets. You know, some of the lower liquidity coins have pumped because it's very easy, but the larger coins like XRP not able to do much, man. Just remember, this is your lowest low. You're not, I mean, you're up like 50% from those lows, but still, you see some coins out there that have just gone berserk. Yeah, they sold off and stuff, but this one just really been struggling to take off, to catch bids, like real bids that would, you know, get you a massive green candle. None of that going on. Cardano, that we were looking at this in the 4 hour, just seemed bad because it kept failing. It just keeps failing, man. Yeah, what do you do? Like 53 cents. Fail, 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 over and over and over. Well, like eventually it's like the buyers relent, and then, you know, selling pressure comes in. And you got to think, I can see a potential M shape going on. You got to come down to 47 cents. You then got to sell off way lower. But it's just interesting, you know, like can't break resistance at all. And the price action's just been dead, man. So dead. Above 53 cents, 60 cents. Below 53 cents, probably 47 to 44 cents. That's it. So, you know, below 42.70, eventually 37.37. Above 42.70, you'd think eventually 48.62. It's about the levels. You're below the level. You're below it. So, I mean, in time, 38.43 for 200 moving average test, but 37.37, that's a critical area. And then, you know, you could use your imagination, the channel you're in, you could be going to test that, like right below it, 36.50 or so. So you've just put in a lower high technically, but you're still making higher lows. So your midterm little uptrend's still intact for now. It's certainly just going to be dictated by
Pulse Dogecoin is
Bitcoin.
my all-star beanie baby. What's a tier?
What's up, Kush Blonde? Thanks for 20, dude. We'll look at that. Sure. Yeah, so just after collapsing incessantly, you're just midterm uptrend, long-term downtrend. and that's it. In the middle of the channel too, so not at an actionable area for a long or short, really. Yeah. Doge. Just like price contraction, man. Higher lows, but lower highs. So neutral. This is the one where I wouldn't be messing with this one, no matter what, you know. Like, there's just other assets out there, you know. It's just not doing crap, man. You just use your imagination here, or reality, you know. The wick, the candle high close, another test, and then of course, you know, you've got higher lows now. I mean, that is just neutral price action in a very real downtrend, very bearish trend. I'm just, you know, that's flip your coin, man. Go to your casino, go to the casino, and enjoy playing your Doge at the roulette table or the slot machine, Doge slot machine. Go ahead, dude. And figure to be doing better than this, based on what Ethereum's done and Bitcoin and BNB have done, and some of the other coins. Just nope. Can't make higher highs, not even locally. That's pathetic, dude. I don't care if it rallies. You can't. In real time, right now, this is pathetic price action. Super trash, underperforming price action. Until something changes, awful. New data come out. Hey, Doge, there's a tweet about Doge, about Elon, you know, whatever.
Mojipin super chatted $49.99. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for keeping TA real. Can we take a look at core/USD on Coinbase, please?
What's up, Mojipin? Thanks for the 50 super chat. I'll give you Leroy Jenkins for 50, man. Thank you, dude. Yeah, dude, Doge right here, man. I'm just saying, Elon could tweet and it pumps and makes a higher high, finally breaks out. Great, dude. Cool story, bro. Do you think that's like, wow, you waiting on an Elon tweet to long something? Good for you, dude. But like, there are just other assets in crypto that have done far better than this.
Good evening, sir. Long time no super chat. Been super lurking. Where would one go to looking at the housing market? We all assume doom is around the corner, but I'm not sure which charts to study to truly size the markets up.
I mean, real estate markets, unless you're talking about REITs, you look at the REITs charts, right? You want to invest, you know, without owning the property, but it's really tough if you're not talking about REITs, because you have local economies like San Francisco versus Oklahoma City, far different markets. You got to go market to market, man. You got to do research on that, and there's not. I don't think there's charts for that exactly, you know, like that are on TradingView especially. So, but yeah, I mean, there's Dow Jones real estate, you know, fund, like, or just, you know, ETFs that show this. We can look at one of those. Jalapenos, man. Thank you, dude. Why do people care about right, wrong here? You know, Eddie, I'm sure you're wrong. Way more than me, dude. But that's Doge, man. Neutral in a bear trend. Trash performance compared to other coins until something changes. Dot. All you gotta do is make a higher low than 656 and all will be well. It's the daily that's so nice about this one. Right, yeah, I get it, man. Like, you couldn't break the resistance. You barely engulfed. But again, wherever the sell-off takes you, if it pivots higher than the low from July 26, everything's fine. And this could eventually, if you get back above 828, you'd be going to 1040, 1060. That's it. That is literally it on dot, man. After diverging and then doing all the Wyckoff stuff, so beautiful. You pull back after 5 days in a row of buying. Yeah, a little sell-off. We'll see if you pivot. You probably get a 1040. It just depends on the macro, man. Really depends on the macro. Eddie, we know, dude. We certainly know. Yep. So we can go to MATIC because Disney. You know, it's like, oh, hey, man, you were breaking support. You were breaking it, dude. It's over. Not over. It's not over for MATIC on the daily. Look at that. I mean, until you really start catching follow through, man, like, it's not a low risk area for a long. We know that. It could be a great low risk area for a short. But, man, there's just no follow through in these markets right now. There's just not enough selling pressure at these resistances, and just makes you wonder. But what happens when the index funds actually start really reacting at all their pattern completion zones, resistances, supply lines, bad earnings, all that stuff? So collapse in here. It's just like I'm telling you, like, you know, it's a level. It's a candle high close from April 2021 and a wick, and then you had a price action correlated to it June 24th of last year. You try once, you tried twice, you failed both times, but until you break the neckline of the potential double top at 72 cents, it could just turn into an ascending triangle or rising wedge or something. You've broken a supply line that's very real. So it's, yeah, there has not been any fall through from bears yet. Okay. Yes, there's certainly the divergence that has been identified on the daily. Just no follow through yet, but it is there. Buyers exhausted to some degree, implying reversal, but the reversal hasn't occurred. So all I'm doing, right, I go live, I present data points that exist on a chart currently. I don't try to call that they're going to play out. I just tell you what they are. They're in textbooks, they're on the internet, they're everywhere. So some people try to say, I'm making calls, man. No, man, just using traditional technical analysis. He's right, he's wrong. Like, yeah, you're obsessed. Why don't you go do something else? Okay. So let's go to the only request of the day, which is Pulse Dogecoin coin or whatever. Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. I hope you didn't sell, man. Oh, you remember you broke out and you fell below, and look, you got back above it, man, and you broke out, and there it is, 635. Well, I mean, you know, above 488, eventually 635. You're at 635 now. You're at all-time highs, and now we can start using Fibonacci to discuss the high to low extensions. You have now, look at this, you've achieved a 1272 fib extension, 769. Then the 1414 will be 838. The 1618 would be 938. There it is. So it was good. It was fine. It was an uptrend. It was breaking resistance. It had broken resistance. It had not quite tested 635 yet, but it could. And look at you now. Okay, so you have Fibonacci targets. If it, let's just say it went berserk and went crazy and pulled a hex way back, you know, last year, like a little over last year, you go to 2618, you get a target of 1426 up there, 2618 fib extension. And that's all you got, man. You don't have anything else. There's nothing else. There's no more data. So what do you want from me? All I can do is use fibs, Fibonacci. Nice hidden bullish divergence follow through, right? The low, the higher low, higher levels of negative momentum, implying continuation. Nice. Been live 39 minutes. And yeah, wow. Core, let's go to Coinbase Core. I don't know. Core? I don't think Core exists. I mean, you're talking about Crow probably, right? Oh, well, they're speaking of Space Age.
Can you take a look at CRO? Thanks for coming on every day. Cheers.
Sure, Brad, sure. We will look. Thank you, man. I don't know if you have Mo Jeepin asking for that too. He said yes, sir. Okay, yep. All right, so it is Crow. It is confirmed. Nice job, Pulse Malone Dogecoin coin. We did it, man. The trend is your friend, and there were no threats that trend was going to reverse. There weren't, man. Like you requested every single day. I don't think I did a bad job, right? I didn't like steer you to slaughter or to get wrecked, right? It was like things are fine until certain supports are broken, and no support was ever broken on this thing, man. You know, every day. CRO. Yeah, all that accumulation playing out now, man. Certainly so. Pretty easy target of where you're headed, most likely. You'd think anyway. All right, I'll wonder, man. All these coins are doing it. Most of them are doing the classic accumulation stuff, right? Like KCS is doing this now too. But they don't all catch bids. Like CRO just happens to be one catching bids. Okay, so you're probably headed to 16.3 cents. This asset is not gone up 100%, but you know, since the bottom, it's up 54 to 60%. Maybe a little bit more upside before you face adversity here. Just a swing low on this chart from May 12th, May 27th. There is far more data on other exchanges that we normally look at, but you specifically, with your request, with your money, you requested CRO on Coinbase. So I'm looking at CRO on Coinbase, man. So no wonder, channel-wise, no matter which way you look at it, you broke the channel, I think. Just depends which way. That's pretty nice because you got 3 touches that way. Right, one, then the candle low close, not the wick, and then another touch. That's pretty good right there. Yeah, you're attempting. You did break out. You're attempting to break out, but just remember, if this fails, you start falling back in. Could be a long way down. So that's what we got. So many. Adam's doing that. Algorand is doing stuff like this, but no one's buying them. Not really. Someone bought finally on CRO. Gotta like this channel too, the resistance, and then you broke it and we became support before rallying higher. Pretty cool. Mike, Mac, yes, we literally just looked at it. Wow. It was the previous asset looked at on the stream. 300 likes impossible, dude. Never gonna happen in this environment. Never. So, rejoice, CRO. You know, you pretty much hit like the targets on the other exchange, which we'll look at the other exchange now because Space Ape also requested CRO and he didn't give a specific exchange. So we gotta look at the exchange I've been looking at, which is the KuCoin. It's the KuCoin. If you look left, you can see very thin order book until 18.5 cents because historically up, down, up, down, up, down. So why not up to 18.5? It's very possible unless extremely weak in bearish conditions. So that's kind of it, man. That's your next big inflection point. Massive green candle, highest volume on KuCoin's exchange since May 2nd, but it's buying this time, buying pressure, buying volume. So very nice. Not too much in the way of stopping you from higher prices, but nice day, up 10%. Everything that's on a chart's technically an asset, dude. Everything. BitConnect, asset. Can you buy it and sell it? It's a digital asset. A Beanie Baby is an asset. Mini Beanie Babies is an asset class, even though it's just Beanie Babies, dude. What do you want me to call it? I mean, we call it scam. All of a sudden, I get people screaming about scam. All of a sudden, definitions are fluid, right? Silence is violence. Words are violence. War is peace. Good God, man. No way to please people. So there you have it. I mean, there's not really much of anything besides this high from October 2020 that would stop you here. It doesn't seem like, right, until 18 cents. But yeah, classic accumulation. But like you see this chart, and then you go to Atom. Save it. No one's buying it though, man. It can't catch bids. It's just no one's buying it. Algo ran. Just people aren't buying it, man. The low, the second low, the third. Just no one's buying. Some get bids, some don't. It's kind of an unfortunate thing happening. Like KuCoin, people kind of buying, but not really. I mean, it's the same thing though, right? I mean, you got all this accumulation going on, but where are the bids? We know if you break $10, what happens, dude? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Like 100% certainty. 1488, if it breaks 1013 based on historical price action, not my opinion, just looking at the chart, looking left from history, price action correlation between two levels, but no one's bought it yet. You get it? You see what I'm saying? Like, so homogeneous market, but not homogeneous performance at all. That changed, Athletic. That changed. That literally changed. You know, welcome to, you know, if you're a patron, you know, when you failed to break the support and you started rallying, it all depended, man. Like, if you could get above 1013, moon time. But if you fail here and you start rolling over, if you take out 941, then yeah, the bearish Gartley type 2 reversal downside. Yeah. This one was really tough because, like you just saw, you literally just saw the Crow chart doing the exact same thing as KuCoin. And you saw it's up 10% at its highest highs, and it could go to 18 cents. That one caught the bids. This one didn't catch the bids. But this one's showing a bearish Gartley with the double top at the pattern completion zone. But wait a second. It's holding supports. It's now, like, this is the new data point. One low, second low, then the third low. Wait a second. If you make another higher low and you get back up to 1013, you could be going to insane levels. It just all depends on the macro, man. This one's tough. This one's really, really tough. What's up, BTC
XO? $29.95. Hey Mitch, appreciate you showing up even on the slow days. Could you look at GPS, the gap, daily and weekly? Thanks. 0.00130010 BTC.
Yeah, we'll look at Gap, man. Thank you, dude. I wonder if there's gaps on Gap. Thanks, dude. It's just crazy, right? And here's another thing. It's stupid. Like, sometimes it is. Like, these market conditions are so illiquid now, and the selling has been so overdone that it could be the bearish Gartley with the type 2 return and then the reversal to $6 or $7, right? But look at like EOS, man. Look what EOS did. It hit all-time lows, but then it did this thing. It created the beautiful textbook structure and then hit the measured move and went a little bit higher to test the resistance before reversing, still making higher lows. But this one's been catching bids. Other ones don't catch bids. It's just like, you know. New month, new price action. Well, that's kind of been the case for the index funds a little bit as of today. And remember, it's not like the first day. It doesn't have to be literally, all right, first 30 seconds of trading of the new month, time to dump. If you go back to like Bitcoin, I'll show you back in March to April. Here it is, man. Wait, sorry. Right here, it's like, or May, sorry. It's like multiple, it's like over and over and over. My God, dude. Yeah, like March 31st. Comes in, and then you know, April 2nd, then the 3rd, then the 5th, and the 6th. Right, it's the 6th of the month, and then collapse, right? Collapsed until the end of the month, and then sideways for a minute, and then the new month began, and then more new price action, which was just continuing downward to be destroyed, right? And then a new month occurred, right? Like May ended, and then we were in June. Right, and then you were just still bearishly consolidating till about the 9th, and then collapsed again. And here we are in a new month again, after a really nice July of sorts. Right, started, you know, where'd you start in July? July 1st, here it is. Isn't that crazy? How June ends and
I
then
had spine
July
surgery this
begins,
morning and I
and
still
look
made
what the
it back
price
home
action
for the
does,
stream.
right? It's a new month, new price action. I mean, it does it all the
Rising
time.
Three Valleys looking sick. I apologize if you already looked at it. Cheers.
Dang, man, I hope...
0.00091062 BTC.
Dude, I hope you have a good recovery. Wow. Water whale. Sounds serious of sorts. Thank you, dude. Oh, yeah, water, man. Let's go, dude. Hype in the chat for freaking water. For some people that care. It was unbelievable. Michael Burry levels of unbelievable where it was, right? So, yeah, new months. All you have to do is look at the chart, and it will tell you new months usher in new price action, and it's countless times. So, don't take my word for it. Just look at the charts. Okay. Really tough on KCS, where you can't even short it, which is weird. But I think the macro starts rolling over. KCS could be that bearish Gartley with the type 2. It's tough, man. It's like classic accumulation or bearish Gartley at type 2 return to the bear trend. My God, it could. Looking at what some of these altcoins have done, man, it's almost like flip your coin. You know, you're not at like value areas for shorts anymore in terms of like looking how devastated these assets have gone. They've been destroyed. So it's just your downside could very well be way more limited, even if a bearish setup presents itself. It's crazy. These things have lost, like, you know, tech bubble pop, man. 2000, that's where you are. Like, the bubble completely popped, man. Basement levels. It's the gap, man. It's the gap. Yeah, nice old bubble pop. Woof. Good old 886 level, huh? Yes, sir. Got old data from here, Mike. You can't tell me this isn't insane, right? I mean, come on, gap. First, you know, that high from 1992, 840, right? Certainly price action correlation in the mid 90s, 96 to 97. And then you bubble popped, right? Tech bubble popped, came on down to 2002, tested that same level. Look, lo and behold, it became the bottom. And then you rallied off that, and you went sideways after peaking, you know, buying climax. And then what'd you do? Global financial crisis. You double bottomed at that exact same effing level. And then years have gone by. COVID crash occurred. You fell below it. I can't believe you fell below it, man. But it's not about the breakdown itself. It's about the follow through that you receive after the bearish breakdown. There just wasn't enough. You selling climax, then a couple higher lows than that selling climax, accumulation confirmed, and you broke back above the inflection point. There it is. Look what it did. Look what it did, man. But then all things have to come to an end, right? Especially on something like Gap, a retail clothing store. Give me a break. But now here we are, once again in history, chat, the same level that has been so important, you so rarely see, but when you do see it, you see what happens, right? So I'm not calling it. I'm not telling you it's going to reverse, man, right? But you could clearly understand where we are, and that's why you tipped for this request, because we're at that inflection point, you know? Good request because of that. And if you look here, oh my God.
Just support for the stream, thanks, man.
What's up, Steven? And thanks for the 690. Cheers. If you look at the supply line, dude, you've broken out. You've broken a supply line that goes back to May of 2021. It's gorgeous. It's the Jesus, man. You have a confirmed breakout of a supply line at an inflection point from history that gives you a high probability chance of a reversal. And high probability based on the price action we've gotten in history, not my opinion. Does that make sense? People watching this stream, they give a crap. Just gotta have a gray little zone here, man. This is the Jesus level. If not here, then when? Ever. Never. If not here, never. Pretty much. Now, you know, bad things happen. You come on down, you test the April 2020 low at 561. Now, that means you lose like 60 plus 70% of your value. or sorry, 42 or 45% of your value if you go down that level. But you get stopped out, you know, probably somewhere below 835. So it's hard to be like, oh my God, man, I'm so excited about a clothing retail store. But the technicals, those are exciting. Very, very exciting.
Looking to buy into cores for a longer term hold, assuming the bear market in stocks will continue. Is there anything in the charts that can point to downside targets? Go dogs. It's almost time.
What's up, Scabble Gabble? Thanks for the 1776 super chat. I don't know, man. We'll look at it. Roll Tide. Thank you, dude. Vengeance in Atlanta this year. I mean, who's gonna like? I mean, Florida just gonna come out and win the East or something? I'm probably not. So probably gonna be a repeat of last year in Atlanta. So looking forward to the collision course. 2 minutes, chat. 2 minutes till your daily candle close on Bitcoin and crypto. Beautiful on GA or GAP, but GPS, man. Speaking of GPS, I mean, this is the GPS that we look at, right? Global Positioning Service or whatever. That's GPS saying up next. If it's gonna respect the inflection point that it's done every single time almost in history, you know, it's crazy. It's gorgeous, dude. Keep it on your watch list. Pay attention to it. You don't care, you don't want to buy it, fine. But this is the stuff that's so educational, man. This is like, you know, you don't have to participate in the market, but you do want to be paying attention to price at key levels that historically price actions occurred every single time, man. Okay. Let's go to Bitcoin because your daily's closing. And not very strong going into the close. And this power hour finally got a power hour that wasn't insane. That wasn't, oh, we're closing at the 4-hour highs or lows. You're just kind of flatlining with 1 minute to go. Still not able to break this local 60-minute scrub supply line. No way, you failed. And remember, just below you that you haven't tested yet is the December of 2020 level, right? That is very clear, but not tested. So you'd think, why can Bitcoin just not go touch it? Give it an old tap. Give it a taparoo. 22.3, 22.568, right there. You see it. And then nothing below that till 19.891. But you're above it, but haven't tested it. So why not go test it on the new day or soon, right? You just haven't yet, man. Okay. 30 seconds. That's right. Go to your home. Go to your home. Go touch it and test it. Let the 12-hour bearish divergence like play out some more, man. And I'll tell you, on total, like it's not done. Like the 12-hour bearish divergence is not yet finished. You think if there is moderate performance, the 12-hour bearish divergence has not fully played out yet. Okay. This candle here, to me, not much of anything. Like, not much anything. There it is, chat. This is an indecision candle sorts where you could easily engulf this and dump. I'm just saying negative Momo builds, more resolution. But yes, you did close the 12-hour above this low for May 12th. Yes, the wick. But, you know, whatever, man. Just not really convinced here, okay? That 12-hour is still real. Okay. That's your Bitcoin. Your close. Your Ethereum is just really not convincing yet because the 12-hour is still very real. That you did engulf, man, barely. That's not much of an engulfing candle, is it? Not convinced the selling's quite done yet, based on the way the 12-hour oscillator looks, right? And it's just all about, really, hey man, whatever happens in crypto, it happens. But remember the index funds, dude. Remember what they're doing. They're all doing it right now. And the Dow Jones Industrial just reacted. It began its reaction. First time. Hitting that 886 and that supply line at the same time, like the Jesus, man. So if we get follow through, it's just really hard to use my imagination believing that crypto is going to continue to ascend while the index funds dump after, right, like 2 months of nothing. Really, 2 months. Yeah. Retail at this point has become complacent, I would think. Aping into assets that have no revenue. I mean, yeah, this is enough time, right? I mean, 6 weeks, right? June 16th to now, yeah, about six weeks of mediocre rally, and now you're overbought in the downtrend, and the W pattern is complete. You're below the 200 moving average. This is, and then yes, of course, in the end, bearish divergence of sorts. And if you look left, how do you have confidence looking left, man? Where's the confidence with levels? There aren't many. Look at the price action you get. Not good, but it's wonderful actually for us. If you care about charts, it's wonderful. Like we start collapsing, that's wonderful, because that would make the most sense here, based on everything we've learned over all these years, right? All right, been live an hour now. So if you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button, the bell, sub. It's the second best day to join the Patreon, where you get trade setups, education, access to the premium Discord chat. But above all, you are supporting this stream that is 100% crowdsourced. Never in my life have I accepted money from an entity to push their product on you. And I don't monetize, so you don't watch commercials, and you get copyright music. So you really got to think about, like, maybe the way Total's channel is, okay? Just nuanced here, and of course I could be wrong, but the way, look at this, okay? I went 1 and 2 on the bottom, and really 1 on the top, kind of like Bitcoin, right? Where you don't adjust ever, and Total fell below that level July 12th and 13th, right? And the 14th, you know, Bitcoin broke back above the key levels, and then that's when the Bitcoin long was posted because of the third attempted, you know, dump, but failed attempt by the bears, okay, thrice. So then, you know, you broke back above it, and then you went and tested the top like the Jesus, and then from there you went to the bottom, and then you reconfirmed the validity of this demand line as a demand line again, July 26th, and then you just recently ran up and tested the top of the channel again. And now what have you just done with this, the way it's plotted, right? You just tested the heart line, like, you broke the heart line on the last 12-hour candle, right? And this most recent candle that just closed in 12-hour has just officially, successfully back tested that heart line as resistance. So if you use your imagination, you could understand why this would be happening next with the bearish divergence playing out, just to go test the demand line around $1 trillion. Is that crazy? Is that insane, man? Is it like a, he's wrong, dude? It's just, we're talking about levels and trends and stuff like that. So you have to create it, Echo Leaf. You have to create it yourself. It's not too difficult, all right? Are we cool? All right, so AMD reported earnings today. I tell you this, man. You telling me, like, how is this not real life here on AMD of some sort? Now it didn't quite get to that 886 at all, and you know it didn't even get to a 78% retrace really, but it had broken out a nice rally after testing what a key inflection point, spring back test of spring like the Jesus with bullish divergence at the bottom. And that's gorgeous, right? So straight up, straight down, you did it. But then earning report, and it wasn't good, so you're down about 5% or so. You're about right around $94, $95. It doesn't show me here anymore. But until you take out this high from June 3rd, you're still in a downtrend, man. You got to understand you're still in a downtrend. Still downtrending. So if you fall back below $94, you can understand eventually $76 if the index funds roll over. But, you know, we will see. Airbnb got destroyed too. Wow, dude, unbelievable. Like at all-time lows, and it was recovering off all-time lows, and then bad numbers. I mean, a 25% surprise on EPS, but negative surprise on revenue. So yeah, that's just like gap down. What was it, like 105 or something? But yeah, all below, right? All below the old all-time lows, only making lower highs, lower lows. So it's really tough to be like, oh my God, I can't wait to long Airbnb ever. So there you have it, man. Just a few earnings. Earning place, whatever. PayPal, yeah, that's another one. Yep, PayPal moons. PayPal was up big time. I think it hit $102, $105. These things, it doesn't show the after hours price action now. I don't know why, but it does. Like it did. So the great news about this one is it was a trade setup posted the date of July 15th, and now it's hitting pretty much both targets of the trade setup after hours on good earnings. So yeah, when you collapse like that and you have a decent earnings. Oh, and they also announced like $12 billion share buyback program. What a joke. They also did crap on the platform that's pretty stupid, but it's not for the benefit of the user at all. It's for them to grab money artificially because their stock is struggling so much. So they did both those things, and so, you know, investors liked it, and it's popped after hours. Okay. Nice though, and you know, it was a trade setup, and now it's officially completed, I guess.
Thanks for being here every day, rain or shine. Clinking shot glasses.
Thanks a lot, Carl. Sure, dude. Sure, dude. Sam D, thanks for joining the Patreon, man. Be sure to sync up your Patreon on the Discord. You gotta do it, man. You got to. That's where the value is, dude. Okay. Yeah, man. So earnings, lots of earnings. So Bitcoin on the daily, we've not looked at. That's 5 red days in a row. And guess what? Whoever it was that bought July 27th, they still own it, man. They still own it. Traders settled up yesterday higher than they settled up on this 27th. Those big boys still own this asset for now, right? You'd think. 5 days in a row. Just like, okay, that's not very strong selling, man. It's just not. But yeah, figured a little bit lower just to test 22,580, but no, I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, things are all crazy, man. You're definitely showing buyer exhaustion on 12-hour and maybe even the daily. There's no negative momentum since June 24th. You figure that's going to change where you're going negative at some point. And you broke the heart line. You broke the heart line of the channel, and you confirmed it on the 12-hour, right? We just looked at it on total. Right, the very well established channel. You broke it, confirmed. Then you back tested it with confirmation. So you're below it. So you would think if this continues to play out, if the 12-hour bearish divergence moderately performs, in my opinion, if it moderately performs, we would probably make our way down to test the demand line again, right? Or 959. Look, these peaks that had not once ever has it been tested as support since it broke, right? Look at this. You broke it July 18th straight through it, right? You broke it July 27th straight through it. So why not come for a back test of that level after doing this? You know, it seems like reasonable, feasible. Certainly not easy conditions for someone short term. No way. It's not easy. A lot of variables, you know,
This must be the place.
So back, Oli. Thanks, dude. Appreciate the 5, man. Right, just like, dude, you've broken the heart line. The heart line's been pretty well respected multiple times, you know, and right. So like, hey, why is this a pretty strong channel? Look at that, man. Look. You see support, and when it breaks for real, it goes down. Right, and you've just done it again. Just done it once more. What's up, McChan, dude? Thanks for the 20. That's you're streaking, dude. 2 in a row, 2 days in a row. Thank you, man. What is your profile pic? Just a picture of something on your laptop. It's like a camera lens or something. Thanks. Yeah, the heart line should be noted, and the correlation to it should be noted, and the divergence should be noted, and the back test should be noted. It shouldn't be ignored. But I'm pointing it out, right? That's what the stream's for, like me pointing out these things so you don't have to, and you can hang out and talk with other people in the community that care about this stuff at the same time. It's crazy, right? Crazy stuff. Cores. Oh, we gotta look at water for water whale. Yeah, let's go to water. We had to come back. We just stopped what we're doing because of the local on the 8th. Water, man. Another update today after that massive markup yesterday. It's the Jesus, man. Water, classic accumulation, textbook, potential 3 rising valleys. And where it is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Look at this low from COVID crash, March 2020. But not just then. Look, January 2016. I'm getting like pseudo Olin vibes, Brad. Olin vibes in some capacity on water here. The spring back test of spring. Insane price action possible if it is respected. You gotta love it, man. You got to. This is a trade setup that's active, and what a good start, you know. Great start. And targets, you can join the Patreon if you want actual targets that are like on a chart, on a screen you can look at and read. But you'd think like a gap fill, look at that, 73 cents up there. Definitely seems like an adequate area where one could target, you know. Nice. Thanks again, Water Whale. Yeah, there's not much to do because the work's been done, and at least some good stuff is immediately happening on this one. That doesn't happen most of the time, right? It takes time, but this one's great start. Doesn't mean it's going to play out. It could easily fail. You get that? There's no expectation here. I'm not saying it's going to go up. I'm just saying what we've learned, what I've learned over the past 11, going on 12 years, is something that looks like this at a level like this has a higher probability than a coin slip's chance that it's going to go up. But it doesn't mean it's certainly going to go up. That's it. Do you understand what I mean, man? It's Bulkowski. It's Richard Wyckoff. At the same time, man. At the same time. Pelosi's in Taiwan, and nothing happened. Go figure, right? She'll leave tomorrow, and nothing's gonna happen, and no one's gonna care. Okay, next one was Cores, and then that would be Hex after that. Core Scientific. Wow, okay. Interesting. They don't really ever make money. That's what we know. We know that about Cores, and the chart tells us, yeah, that's real life. They don't make any money. Wow, you want to talk about a potential deep crab, maybe? My God, dude. I mean, if you're requesting because of this, good eye, dude. Maybe you aren't. I just see this immediately. And I see deep crab, and that's a 1618 down there. And of course it exceeded it, but there's the hop, man. You go to the 200. Now, you went to the 175. That's fine, dude. 1618 though, yeah, when it exceeded it, of course, but look like, yeah, after just slightly, yeah, you begun to reverse some after just only go down, only number go down. Yeah, like you confirmed a bottom, and then you made a higher low now. You broke in this resistance at $2. And you engulfed today beautifully. Highest daily candle close on CORZ since June 3rd. And man, there's not even really a swing high, man, right? Like, it's just straight down. Like, how do you even just Fibonacci here and just think about, like, okay, 236 maybe, 382 if it was going to continue to ascend. But yeah, this trend's awful. Like, all it does is lose. I'm sure it's also like a, look at that. Like, oh yeah, there you go. You got a supply line upon you. So I don't know if you could even, you know, you got this coming up. That's real. Like 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Look at all these touches. You'll be testing 333. I don't know if you'll break it. It seems like there's some chop there too at the 236. That would probably be your target in time, maybe, before you reverse or something. That's all I got for you on CORZ Scabble. Longer term hold. Longer term historically tells us no, you're going to lose a lot of money, and over time it's terrible. But yeah, it could rally, but dude, they're just better. Why not water? Why not something like GPS? Isn't there a better strategic argument on those than there is on this one? This one has nothing looking left. It's at its low. It just hit its lowest low in human history. The other ones are like at historical inflection points from many years ago. They're failing to break them. They're holding. They're back testing them. They're starting to rally. They're breaking supply lines. This isn't doing any of that. The cool story on the 1618 of the deep crab that it exceeded, but hey, whatever. Hex. Selling off the macro. So close to that target. Now it's pulling back. Really, really hard to say when a good re-entry would be on this. mean, maybe we could mess with the channel here. Maybe there's a demand line of sorts. I think there was. I think there's this demand line going on. Maybe the 200 moving average, and then that demand line gets tested at the same time. I think you get a little bit more downside before maybe a lower risk. And then at that point, it's just, why not just take a long at 3.9 cents if it held? You know, it's just, there was a better entry, and you know, you pretty much hit like the target that was discussed on this stream many times and posted in Patreon chat. Like, it's like, hey, if this is real, that's where you could be headed. You just were so close and you couldn't do it. So maybe lower. I mean, 3.9 cents is the horizontal line support resistance. The demand line is just above that. 200 moving average just above it. Not really any kind of edge right now that I see. Not yet. So there's nothing really implying time to immediately continue. Not quite yet. Sorry. But it was great. It was amazing. But now it's like it's kind of run its course and could be pulling back more depending on what Bitcoin does. Remember what we've talked about on total. Here it is, man. Like, the heart line's been broken, McChan. It's been back tested successfully now, and it's certainly still below that heart line. So with the bearish divergence playing out but not fully performed, it's really not out of the realm of possibility of seeing something like that next for a simple back test of these levels, because it's never back tested before ever. It's only broken and broken again. Look at that one candle. So yeah, whatever, man.
Scott Salga generated BTC, Bitstamp. Deep crab on 2-day chart starts 20th 2021, November 9th 2021, December 27th 2021, June 14th 2022. Have a look.
X, then A, then B. December 27th. I'm trying to think here. December 27th for the B point? What do you... How could that be a B point? XAB is December 27th, huh? It's more like that, I think you're talking about. That has to be it, man. Like, I don't even know if you're talking about December 27th. Oh yeah, okay, the C point. Okay, but did you say the B point? November 29th? You missed the B point. Okay, anyway, so I'm just eyeballing and assuming. Yeah, 1618, you're there, you're reacting. But unfortunately, I'm just saying on the 2-day, does anyone know what this is developing? Good God, it's a bear market, man. Could someone tell me what this is? Someone at all? Before I just tell you, like, what's happening here? Clear as 2-day. Not clear as day, but clear as 2-day. Yeah, hidden bearish divergence. So impending price action continuation to the downside implied after a very pathetic rally that's lasted 6 weeks. It's gross, man. It's just, there's just not enough market participants that want this asset yet. That's pretty if you're looking at the 2-day, that's pathetic performance, man. You're not even coming close to threatening your previous highs. You're getting scrubbed out by some Rudy Poo December 2020 level on the 4-hour. Give me a break, man. It's just so bad. Like, hey, man, we were $200 away from one target of the 3 of the trade setup on Bitcoin. You didn't have enough demand. It was too trash, right? It's just... Make of that what you will. You know, it's cool that it's reacted, but the reaction is abysmal. So Sol got hacked. Oh my god, chat. Oh my god. Did it? What do you mean getting wrecked? Down 2%? How's that getting wrecked? I mean, you made a lower high. You go on the 200. You get a 37.37. Then you test the demand line. If you break that, oh my god, look out. Probably going to 0 or $21. Here you go. There's your Sol that whatever happened. 2-day bear flag. Of course, yes. Yes, this looks beautiful on the 12-hour and the 4-hour and stuff, but if you go to significant timescales, it is just a bearish consolidation structure no matter what way you put it, okay? No matter what way. Bearish consolidation structure in a downtrend. No one ever said, no one said, hey, we're bullish, man. Said, you failed to break critical levels for a third time, so there might be more upside. There was more upside. There was a lot more upside. But now you're stalling, and bearish indicators are starting to tell us, well, you got 12-hour bearish divergence and 2-day hidden bearish divergence. That combination's not good at all. Anyway, so the heart line's telling us maybe, you know, $1 trillion or less would be the next thing happening here. This is not fully developed, or it's not fully played out. Not even close, man. If it moderately performs, I think you do see $1 trillion. But it's all about, would it perform well? I don't know. Yeah. Down 6% in 2 hours, get wrecked. Sol, yep. Something to do with the Phantom wallet. What was it doing? Selling everything. Okay, dude. Well, party, you know, at any time can end. You know, KCS. Hey, dude, is that classic accumulation? Well, it was on EOS. Look, so just because classic accumulation is occurring, you have to, even in textbooks, it says this, like, accumulation happens in downtrends. You are showing accumulation on total market cap, but you're still in a downtrend, right? Accumulation just means higher lows than the previous lows, more market participants. But it doesn't mean that you're reversing the trend. So, you know, something like KCS that's so tough because we saw what EOS did. We saw what some of these did. They caught bids. And those patterns played out fully. But now, like, you might just run out of time. EOS, hey, it played out like the Jesus. Nice. It played out, and it's dumping, right? You know, whatever. It'd probably go down to 85 cents eventually, right? After playing out. But then you go to KCS, and it's just like, man, you got this same type of idea. But then it's just really tough, man. Right? It's really tough because devastations happen. That is textbook, unbelievable. But then you do this. It's like you present the new data with the higher low, almost, oh my god, right? But now it's like after that, just another lower high. So confirming subtly more distribution. You go back down to 941. You're probably effed, man. It's so tough though, right? Because look how much it's collapsed from the high. I mean, it lost 72% of its value. You know, it's just, but yeah, dude, I'm thinking below 941 is death. Below 941 is death on KuCoin. Above 1013 for real, which that never happened. You were above it for a while, but clearly, obviously, there was not enough buying pressure to keep the price propped up above that inflection point. It's failing. And in fact, rallying to back test that level as resistance. So, you know, man, like, whatever. You can talk all the crap that you want, man, but there's an argument for accumulation because we saw it on others and they played out. But now it's like the argument just became stronger for bears, right? It was bearish, then could have been potentially bullish. Now it might be getting bearish again. Crazy, man. I know. But you're here every day. And it's whatever, man. I don't even know what to tell you. Like, you don't get it, you don't get it. You don't have to watch. You don't have to watch the stream or even listen to me, right? So that could be very well back in play. Type 2 return of a bearish Gartley. And a lower high to boot. So whatever, man. Ethereum, look what it's doing. It's reversing at 1631. It's reversing. So the downside, 1420. If this is real, if what you're doing is real, from here on Ethereum, you have another 11 to 12% downside on Ethereum before it tests the next level. If it ever breaks that, you got 21+% downside. Okay, remember 12 hour telling us buyers are exhausted after doubling in value from the bottom. And at the same time on the 12 hour, unable to breach the 200 moving average, unable to breach the historical inflection point where there's a 100% chance you're going to $1,970 to $2,000, but you couldn't break it. It's about if you could, you didn't. Not even close. Traders never settled up even on this time scale above that level. So I think that's telling. This has not really performed yet. I think if you moderately perform the 12-hour bearish divergence on Ethereum, you could very well be seeing 1420 again. So exactly, it's not about predicting, it's just about probabilities and about structures, structural developments, and every single day the structures change, so therefore we have to change with the structures, right? Oh, confirmation lows, confirmation highs appear. It only takes a few days on 4-hour, 8-hour time scales. So it's like if new data presents itself and I change my my thought process on where something might be going, it's just like that's what you have to do here. Like imagine like saying I predict this, and then like new data presents itself and you're like, I don't care about the new data, screw it, I'm still going to predict this, man. You're just gonna ignore the data, the new data. That's good luck, dude. Yeah, look at the back test on the 12-hour here, man. Bearish engulfing candle, bearish back test confirmed on the last 12-hour candle on Bitcoin. And look at you now. I mean, at least 22.5, 22.3. But if you moderately perform, if the 12-hour bearish divergence moderately performs, why not the bottom of the channel again, The bear market is certainly not over, and I never said that, but you can identify failed bearish breakdowns, and you can catch relief rallies, which we got. Bearish bat on Ethereum, roll on 1200, roll on 1200. What? Bearish bat on big bearish bat. Ah, yeah. I mean, of sorts. Yeah, right, like this maybe. But I don't. Did it hit the? I don't. You got to get close to the 886. You're talking about probably another anchor point. You're probably talking about something like this. Just like a discernible high here. Yeah, and that way, I could see that. I understand. But dude, if you line that up, that high, the 886, then fine. Did we need that? Not really, but it's cool. It's cool to look at that, to strengthen maybe the argument. So you're at some sort of informal 886. You've tested and failed to break at a key inflection point from history. You can't break the 200 moving average. There's buyer exhaustion on the 12. Dude, it's like, what more do you want? Impending price action reversal all over this place, right? If you look at it like that, even more, right? So there you have it, man. Is that what you're talking about, Anonymous? Thanks, dude. Yikes. Sure, whatever. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna get out of here. Appreciate y'all coming out. I've been live like an hour and 30 plus minutes, and I think it was a pretty good stream, despite how dead things are now. Like, just dead, dude. Like, no engagement. It's just tough times for the streamer. Okay, really, it is. So appreciate the ones coming out though, and just know, remember the heart line of totals channel. You've done all the bearish things now, the bearish breakdown, the bearish back test, and now it's time to engulf and see the bearish divergence moderately perform. Okay, moderately perform. And that would take you down to the, $1 trillion to 982 billion. All right, I'll be back. Till next time. Respect the TA.
gonna dip.